Every moment counts, especially when responding to roofing leads. Studies show that a true human response within 5 minutes can boost close rates 81%. In this video, I'll walk you through our custom AI voice agent solution that verifies homeowners' addresses, checks weather, optimizes routes, and follows an 8-page SOP, all programmed to outpace competitors and book more jobs automatically.
We have to solve for the response time problem in the roofing industry if we want to be competitive. We know in our core that response time has a big impact on the effectiveness of our sales department. Salesforce came out with a huge study just a little while ago where they studied all of the accounts in Salesforce and said, what does the initial human response time? What they mean by initial human response time is that the customer feels like the sentiment of the customer is that they moved meaningfully towards solving their problem. So essentially what they were filtering out is autoresponders. If your initial lead response is an autoresponder, that wouldn't count. It would only count if there was something that had a meaningful engagement with the customer. So that would be like a phone call the customer picks up, or a text message where the customer responds, or an email that had a question in it or something that was more engaging, that was expecting a response, that felt human. Didn't have to necessarily be a human, but it just had to feel human. The whole idea is that if the customer would kind of feel that they're moved meaningfully towards solving their problem, that would be considered an initial human response. The shortened time frame between when a customer clicks to engage with your business and is engaging towards solving their problem, 391% improvement in close rate. Within 5 minutes, there's an 81% improvement in close rate. And I see this in myself. Like, I didn't need Salesforce to tell me it. We know this in the roofing industry. Like, we know it as roofers. We know it as an industry. I know it as a consultant, and Salesforce confirmed it with some data. So like, now it's irrefutable. We have to solve for the response time problem in the roofing industry if we want to be competitive. There was another company that we heard about that dropped a cost of an expense huge, like by a huge amount, because they deployed AI. And it was just a simple, repeatable task. It was something they just did over and over and over again. And we thought, could we deploy something like that in our business? Well, we look at roofing industry and we see all these people coming out with these like voice agents and automatic appointment bookers tools. We thought, this has got to be the next thing that RBP has to sell. Like, do you just wish you had a support system in your company that allowed you to have it make sure that you weren't losing customers? Like right now, all these people who are great, they were human follow-ups. It was somebody just working hard on a Saturday. And the funny thing is, it ain't the tiny companies. It's the companies that have big budgets that have a lot of people, right? The constrained capital market, the private equity market share thing, like they pay for the resources to make sure they have a response. And we said, hey, there's a way you can fix it. I can show you here. When a homeowner is finishing dinner on a Friday night and the wife says, hey, did you call the roofer? And they go, I meant to, but I was just busy and I forgot about it. And like, no, I'll do it right now. And he goes and types roofing companies in Louisville, Kentucky. And he's going to look, Bone Dry is dominating on the Google review side. So he's going to click on their website and you're going to come here. You're going to see a super professional customer. You're not seeing a drone shot of a roof. You're seeing a happy wife, happy child, the cute golden retriever, people enjoying life. And then you're going to fill out their form. Maybe they read a little bit, they learn a little bit about the company, but then they're going to hit back and they're going to say, okay, who should I call next? And they're going to try and think us out. Who has a perfect score? Someone has a perfect score. Big league roofers. So they're going to go here. Going to read some stuff. They've also got some social trust badges. Okay, this looks good. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I trust that guy. Sure, get a free roof inspection. Click here. Fill out the form. Then they go back. If Bone Dry has already phoned this customer by the time they filled out this form, he's going to pick up the phone. If they have a good lead intake process, he's going to walk away from that phone call feeling like, all right, I fulfilled the duties as a husband to my wife and family. I have called a roofer. If he gets off an 11-minute phone call, there's a massively reduced chance that he goes back. Maybe he goes through and gets another one, but he's got to pick someone. He's got to make that decision based on maybe reading some reviews. So maybe he goes in here and he has to read reviews. The more work he does to discern the company, the higher likelihood that Bone Dry is going to win. Because if he goes through and reads the reviews, Bone Dry's got 5 more minutes until he submits another lead to somewhere else. And so if you don't have Bone Dry's budget, what do you do? Well, we looked at all the voice tools out there. We thought one would be good enough to sell. It wasn't. So we had to build one. So we built this, and you can come in here and test this. All you have to do is come in enter your phone number. And so how this works is when a homeowner inquiry comes in, just like we just showed, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to verify the address. This is one of the things that all the other tools won't do. It will collect the siding color, the trim color, and the door color, or one of the three, and analyze it. This was one huge challenge to make this work. Then it's going to do a weather analysis, because the other thing these agents don't do is they don't check the weather. If this thing isn't aware that you've got 3 days of rain coming up, you're going to have 3 salespeople doing 3 appointments a day for 3 days. You're going to have to reschedule now 3 sales reps, 3 per day, for 3 days. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. You have to call 27 people and say, sorry, the thing that we have answering the phone is stupid, and now we have to reschedule your appointment. And the first experience we're going to give you is that we suck. So then the third thing is route optimization. I don't just want you to get 3 appointments per day. I want you to get 4. The average sales rep closes 1 in 4. The best and the best close 1 in 3. And then there's the unicorns and the owners who sell at 50% or better. So I want you to try and get 4 appointments per day, because then you're guaranteed to get at least a deal a day. If a sales rep gets a deal a day, they're never going to quit. So this thing does route optimization. It says, okay, this is the proposed appointment. What appointments are near that appointment? You have to calculate the driving distance between this appointment and the other 50 appointments that are on the schedule. That means AI has to basically go this address to this address and then calculate the drive time 50 times in a second. So it isn't cheap to do. And if there's nothing within 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever we set for you, then we'll book it 4 hours before or after, essentially saying we're going to book this with enough time that the gap would allow us to fit another one in between. So it takes that package of data, the address confirmation, the weather analysis, the route appraisal. 3 agents do their job simultaneously, and then it phones your customer. And it follows an 8-page standard operating procedure. Most of these voice agents allow you to put like 800 characters in for the system prompt. Ours is 8 pages. So it's essentially taking a PhD level billion-dollar computer brain and providing it with the 8-page manual from your employee handbook before every call and training it perfectly and saying that this is what you must do. And it collects those data points and it puts it in your CRM and it books it on your calendar. So it's not a bot, and it's trained better than your best people. And so I'm not going to be salesy. If you guys are interested in it, you guys can go to the website that's in the chat. So you guys can go try that.